Chai can take different forms in different parts of India. And today we're going to talk about the different forms of chai, how it's made, when do you drink it, and where it's grown. Let's start with my favorite and the one that I'm the most familiar with, which is Darjeeling tea. Growing up in Calcutta, which is right next to Darjeeling, Darjeeling tea was a constant at that house. My grandfather was the biggest fan of Darjeeling tea, and he sourced his tea from a 100-year-old family-owned shop in our neighborhood. He spent hours going through the different varieties of Darjeeling tea, looking at the size of the tea leaves, the color, and the fragrance before he picked his favorite. And then he would take it back home, brew it, and taste it to provide his final assessment of the quality of that Darjeeling tea. So, you see, I was very used to this environment and appreciating the culture of Darjeeling tea, the hard work that goes into producing it, and how to appreciate it. I love it still to this day. Darjeeling tea is grown in the foothills of Himalayas, and the climate there provides the perfect conditions for this crop. The process of harvesting it is also very laborious. It's hand-picked, and only the bud and the top two leaves surrounding the bud makes for the highest quality of Darjeeling tea. What results in the cup is a fragrant, aromatic, floral tea that's light and refreshing, but be careful. Don't overbrew it, otherwise it tastes bitter. Darjeeling tea is a balance between that floral aroma and the tannic flavor of the teas. It does contain quite a bit of caffeine and has the same impact as a cup of black coffee. Darjeeling tea is made in a different way than the chai that we all know and love. Darjeeling tea is not boiled. I mean, I would never boil Darjeeling tea. That would just ruin the flavor of the tea. Darjeeling tea is steeped in recently boiled water for about 4 to 5 minutes, depending on the variety of the Darjeeling tea that you're drinking, to create the perfect balance of those floral aromas and the flavors of the tea. Typically, I wouldn't add any type of dairy or sugar to it. It tastes great on its own. And the flavors are so delicate and nuanced that the dairy or sugar actually mask the flavors and prevent you from experiencing Darjeeling tea in its entirety. While Darjeeling tea was something that I grew up drinking, what I drank the most in Delhi was chai as we know it. So what I'm referring to is the fragrant, milky concoction that's made with bold aromatic spices like cardamom, cinnamon, sometimes ginger, cloves, etc. to make this sweet, milky drink that we all know and love. I love chai as much as I love Darjeeling tea. For me, those are two different drinks for two different occasions. However, chai is made completely differently than Darjeeling tea is. Chai is boiled with the milk and the whole spices for quite a bit of time. I mean, it's hard to specify how much time you should boil chai for because it totally depends on the fragrance of the end product. When you smell the aroma of a well-made chai and look at the color, you instantly know that, oh, I'm there, I should turn the gas off and pour it into my cup. So, like you see, chai and Darjeeling tea are very different from each other, and there are many other varieties of tea in India. While chai reminds me of the chaotic streets of Old Delhi, Darjeeling tea reminds me of the memories of living in that house, as well as the cool air of the Himalayas whenever we went on a vacation there. Darjeeling tea is something I would probably drink in the morning the moment I wake up, whereas chai is something I would want for an afternoon pick-me-up. Chai isn't just a drink in India, it's a way of life. It's an emotion. Chai brings together people from different generations that may not have anything in common but the drink. Chai serves as a medium for people from different walks of life to come together and to share a conversation. Chai is a major component of the warmth and welcoming feeling that you get when you enter an Indian household.